next. Unfortunately, we only have a few more matches to go before we're going to have to say goodbye to another
next for the championship,
memorable Wittenberg tournament.
Pounds.
We have 182, two returning finalists again. It seems like almost every single match we've had this. Yishai Kaplan, the returning defending champion at 170, beat Jacob Zwelling last year. And Jason Goldberg, who came in second last year at 195. This is going to be one of them, I think, one of the most exciting matches of the day. Kaplan, one of the best wrestlers in the tournament, very technical, very impressive with everything he's done. Gordon has had a great run as well. Let's see what's going to happen, Amichai.
Yeah, I've been watching Yishai Kaplan all day yesterday. Really technical wrestler, really fast wrestler. He's bumped up from 170, and interestingly, Jason Goldberg has cut down from 195.
Yeah, and because he's in the finals here, Kaplan is actually quick shot.
Wow, great shot by Kaplan. Defended well by Goldberg. Wrestling on the edge, and they go out of bounds.
As I was saying, because he made it to the finals, Kaplan has made it into the Wittenberg Hall of Fame. His sophomore year, he lost in the finals. His junior year, he won, and because this is his third finals appearance, he's automatically in the Hall of Fame. But right now, he's not thinking about that. He's thinking about winning his second championship.
Wow, low attack right there. Defended well by Goldberg. He digs in an underhook. Nothing happening. Yishai Kaplan back up to his feet.
Yeah, and
lots of motion from these guys.
One thing Coach Elman likes to say about Yishai is he likes to keep the match slow, but that can be deceptive because at any given moment in time, he can blast through a guy, and he might try to do that.
Incredible kick quickness we've seen from Kaplan throughout the day.
And I think the coolest wrestling shooting clip I've ever seen in my entire life. It might be tape, but it looks like a storm is coming, looking at that sleeve of his. And this might be the loudest I've heard the gym all day.
Kaplan and Goldberg working on the collar tie, each trying to get inside position. Slide by attempt by Kaplan, not quite enough on it, but very nice. You don't see that so often in this tournament.
40 seconds left in the period. Great action so far from neutral from both these guys.
Yishai clearing the tie. Again, he's working that overhook. He might go try to see if he goes slide by again.
Goldberg is a junior. When I asked the coaches about it from Frisch, they again gave me their typical answers, telling me he also likes to chase storms, and was quoted as saying, "Who's Yishai?" Whether or not he actually said that, I'm not so sure, but good to hear that they have a lot of confidence in him. And we're gonna probably.
Wow! I think we just saw a half of a super duck attempt right there by Kaplan. A really exciting attack as time expired.
But yeah, a great first period. Cap might be a little frustrated because he hasn't scored any points yet, which I'm sure he's used to doing in the first period. One of TBC's best wrestlers. He's going down. Goldberg's got to feel good though. He's still tied in this match against the defending champion. We had the first win for TBC last round with Dubin, and Kaplan's another senior trying to give him their second here at the 182 weight class.
Goldberg on top now of Kaplan. Kaplan took bottom. Goldberg riding the far ankle. Kaplan trying to keep his base underneath him, trying to get up to his feet. Goldberg trying to elevate that ankle. Riding low on the body, now coming across the body, brings Kaplan down to his hip for just a moment, but Kaplan able to spin out. Now, wow, able to get the reversal up quickly up to a tripod and get his hips over.
And that's exactly what his coaches say about him. You might think, oh, he's just building up a base, not much is happening, then boom, just like that, gets a very fast reversal and is in control with a 2-0 lead, a minute and a half left in the second period after a great reversal on Goldberg.
Yeah, the quickness of Kaplan is very impressive, and Goldberg's just been looking very strong too. He's quickly up to his feet, but Kaplan able to bring him back down.
Bring him back down, and he's just got rid of the locked hands as well, right as the knees touch the mat.
Now Goldberg is flattened out. That's where Kaplan wants him, and as he's eating time off this clock here in the second period, under a minute remaining.
Yeah, and I'm very impressed with Kaplan's riding so far. Although the ref was not, and he gave him a caution for stalling, saying it was a little too parallel.
Yeah.
You don't always see that in the second period, but with the 2-0 lead, he's got to be careful to make sure he doesn't give Goldberg any points, because he's a good. Like we talk about in the finals, the wrestlers are good enough that you can't give easy points. Another thing we've also talked about, Amichai, is how this year more than what we can ever remember is how strong the heavyweights are in this. That it seems like it always used to be 182. You'd have like a couple of guys, maybe one good one who just blows right through. But we're seeing here 170, 220, even 285. Lots of really great wrestlers who know what they're doing, are very technically sound, and these weights aren't the pushovers that they used to be back when I remember.
Absolutely, we're seeing more wrestlers in these weight classes than before. And now Yishai Kaplan riding tough. He's got to make sure not to stay too parallel. The ref will call him again for stalling, but this time he seems to be working a handle very nicely. He should be safe.
Yeah, and Kaplan might know he's not able to put Goldberg on his back, but at the same time he knows if he doesn't look like he's at least trying to work some moves, the ref's going to give him a point, and he's got to be careful because he is borderline riding parallel right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like his style is to ride parallel, whereas usually if you're going for a pinning combination, you're going to ride more perpendicularly.
And the Frisch coaches are imploring the ref, saying that he's riding parallel. Give us a point for stalling, but he doesn't bite. And we're going to go to the third with the 2-0 lead for Kaplan. Again, a senior he's won in the finals once before, lost once, trying to end up his career with a win. It looks like Goldberg is going to take down here. And you know, a little bit surprising because he was written out, but at the same time, Kaplan was doing an easy job of it. And so he's gonna have to get some quick points here, get maybe, you know, force Kaplan to stall because he has that caution in his pocket, and just try to do anything he can to get this match tied up again.
Yeah, Goldberg's gonna have to make something happen. He's trying to roll, trying to maybe get an inside roll, nothing happening just yet. And now trying to get his hip over. Still no change. Lots of interesting action here. Oh, and Kaplan wants to throw in a boot on the left side. That's interesting. He's going to cross body ride maybe. Working a power half, and they're going to roll through. This is a good position for Kaplan to be in as long as he keeps that leg trapped. He could get back points here. It's a very powerful position. We're seeing the skill, the level of technical skill of Kaplan with some really advanced, interesting moves.
And Goldberg looked like he was in a lot of pain there. Thankfully, he wasn't, for his sake, he wasn't able to get any back points there. But the headgear keeps on blocking his eyes, and Kaplan's just going to keep it grounding him into the mat. But the coach Schwartz is imploring the ref, saying he's riding parallel, he's not doing anything, give us some stalling points.
Well, yeah, in my opinion, it's a good call not to give a stalling point, because I think Kaplan is doing a lot of very good attacks here, really working those handles. But now Goldberg's flat on his stomach. He has that leg trap, but see, it doesn't look like he's able to do much with it at this point, considering he's on his stomach.
And last year in the finals, Kaplan went against Jacob Zwelling, and we're going to see in the next weight class. It wasn't such a close match. He really, pretty much, it was over pretty quickly. Got a lot of quick takedowns, and that was that. But a much tougher opponent here in Goldberg. But he's only winning by 2. He's only scored once, but he's showing from top, from bottom, from neutral that he's been the better wrestler so far. And let's see if he can hold on with 33 seconds left in his match.
He can ride this out for the win, or he can even let him go and give up an escape point, and then try to just be defensive on his feet. What he does not want to happen is he does not want to give up a stall point. That would really change the dynamic of this match.
And the Frisch coaches are begging for it. They're practically yelling at the ref. 15 seconds left. They're saying he's not doing anything. He's just holding him down. And now he's talking to the other ref, but they're not biting. And
oh, here we go. Now we have a deep half by Kaplan. That's going to change it. 4 seconds left in the match.
Didn't get his 2. It doesn't. Will he get it in the end?
And the ref
He'll
gives
get
him 2 more.
And just like that, 4-0. The victory.
Dominating performance there by Yishai Kaplan.
For Kaplan, a little twirly-do there of the anklet. Tough loss for Goldberg to lose 2 years in a row in the finals, but he'll be back. He's only a junior, if I'm not mistaken. So we hate to see him lose again, but also Kaplan's an outstanding wrestler, and it's nice to see him end up his career.